Well, after the highs of yesterday's episode winning the Carabao Cup, today we have a chance to reach the FA Cup semi-final, and there's a distinct possibility of a domestic cup double this season with the league taking care of itself. We've got Manchester City in the quarter-final with Ipswich Town waiting as potential opponents in the semis. Let's see how we get on. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2024 and another part of non-league to Champions League with South Shields. Today we are back with two matches, one against Manchester City in the FA Cup quarter-final before taking on Brighton in the league as we look to consolidate our very, very good position so far. Since you were last with me, things have gone pretty well. We beat Barnsley 5-4 in the FA Cup fifth round after the highs of that incredible final. It was tricky to come back 3 days later, but we did come back and we did win, and we were 5-1 up in that match. And I sort of did that thing where we lowered the tempo and tried to keep hold of the ball and very nearly lost it. So very, very glad I didn't stick with that going forward. We beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Gressman, Bontonali and Mora scoring there. We beat Leicester 2-0. Of course, Leicester title contenders this season. Morel and Asante scoring in that one. We then were denied by a second half goal to Aston Villa. We did beat them, did draw 1-1 against them, sorry. Danny Patterson scoring there. And then most recently we beat Wolverhampton 2-0 with Gressman and Patterson scoring in that one, meaning that we are currently in sixth place in the Premier League. Arsenal leading the way on 65 points. You can see Leicester just 3 points behind them. Aston Villa just 4 points behind them. So we've played those two teams very recently. We've got Brighton coming up today. But we're in sixth. We've got a chance of Europa League football this year. A very outside chance of Champions League football if one of Leicester or Aston Villa were to drop off come the end of the season. But we'd be very, very happy with a top 8 finish this year, and it's looking like that's going to be a distinct possibility. Down at the other end, you've got Sunderland, Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has just joined Nottingham Forest. He was at Blackburn, and they're third in the Championship. So he's at a severe risk again of what he did when he left Crystal Palace to join Blackburn. Crystal Palace won the league. Blackburn got relegated, so they swapped divisions. There's a distinct possibility of that happening again. He's going to do very well to keep Nottingham Forest in the league, and it looks like Blackburn may well come up this year. So don't be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be my advice in this series. Top goal scorer so far is Ekaderi Mora with 21. We've got 19 for Bontonali and 14 each for Gressman and Patterson. That front four, incredible really what they've achieved. What's that? 28 at 40. That's 68 goals scored, and that's before you even look at the goal contributions. There's another 20 odd there. So, 80 goals between these guys in terms of assists and actually sticking it into the back of the net. And then you've got Asante there. He's only made 8 starts this season. He scored 9 goals, so he's very good. Gonzaga's been on the fringes this season, but looked very, very strong when he has played. Very happy with that. Top assists is Patterson with 14. Masudi's on 13 then. Chamadeu on 10. And top average rating is Masudi with a 7.44 average rating. So let's have a little look at the team for today. We've rested a couple of players just because, they've been playing a lot of football recently. But of course, if they need to come in, then they certainly can. But we've got Alan Murphy starting in goal with Chamadeu, Marikal, Nigu and Alexander in defence. We've got Badoui and Morel starting in defensive midfield with Gressman, Patterson and Bontonali starting behind Mora up top. This is going to be tough. I think Man City, you never know what Man City team are going to turn up. They're not quite the same Man City that won 9 consecutive Premier League titles in this world, but they are a team that can still threaten. They've still got the likes of Haaland fighting for them. So Let's see, but we're in good form at the moment. We're in the best possible form going into it. But Haaland leading the line, Foden's still there, Rodri in there as well. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what Manchester City team turns up and whether we can get the better of them. Obviously, Ipswich waiting for us in the semi-finals. You would say that if we win this match, we get through to the final and we get a crack at winning a domestic double. And in the other semi-final, it's Liverpool versus Everton. So every chance that it could be a rematch of the Carabao Cup final with Liverpool. So, there's a hell of a lot of motivation on this match. But Man City will be feeling like this could be a chance to rescue some success this season as well. They obviously got beaten the second round of the Carabao Cup to us, 4-0, I think it was, at the Etihad. So they'll be wanting revenge for that. But there's not, less pressure on us because we've already won a tournament this season, and that we've had that high, and it would be amazing to win 2 tournaments this season, but we certainly didn't come into this season with any expectations of that. Here's Chamadeu on the ball. Chamadeu into the middle, and there's a shot from Bontonali, and how's he missed that? I've had a few people saying, why don't you play Bontonali as your striker? And that's why, because he does do silly things like that sometimes, where he just completely misses the target. His finishing isn't perfect, and he does need a lot of chances to score, and he creates a lot of chances on that left-hand side, so it just seems to work. Here's Chamadeu again, he gets it in, and this time Mora's there to put it into the back of the net. Don't quite know how that all transpired. We'll have to have a little look in slow motion, but that was awesome. Chamadeu once again with that very dangerous low cross. We are loving the low crosses at the moment. Badoui starting to really come into his own in that midfield as well. So Chamadeu in, and I don't know if Patterson touched it. I don't think he did. Mora was just there waiting, makes it 1-0. And, as it stands, through to the FA Cup semi-final and another trip to Wembley, which would be absolutely amazing. Here is Badoui. He gets it to Patterson. Now Chamadeu on the right-hand side, who is still excelling massively. Into the middle. It goes, there's a header. Bontonali's missed again. He's missed again, everybody. And sometimes he has these very odd matches where he puts in a 6.2, 6.3. And I feel like this could be one of the days. That one was harder to score, granted, but he was still nowhere near after Mora hit the post. So we'll have to think about that at half-time. Maybe Bontonali needs to come out. We'll possibly put in Gonzalez. But then Gressman's not having the best of games either. So we'll have a little think about this, because we might bring on Jamal Gonzaga as well through the middle and have Patterson on that right-hand side, which is his favoured position, but he's just been so good through the middle. He's kept Jamal Gonzaga out of the team, who's been awesome ever since he joined. Here's Patterson, gets it, Alexander Bontonali, and that's what he can do. That's what he can do. He's one of the very few players I've ever had in Football Manager who can be on a 6.1, 6.2, miss loads of chances, but then do that. I mean, this was silly. Patterson to Alexander, good ball through. I mean, that was the hardest one of the lot to score. And he does score it, makes it 2-0, completely changes my plans for the second half now. We might still bring in Gonzaga, move Patterson out to the right, bring in Jamal Gonzaga in behind the striker. Patterson's quite tired as well, so we'll probably bring on Mazilu in the second half. Chamadeu, we'll probably bring him off for Brody Hughes in the second half as well. So, but we don't want to absolutely rock the boat with this. We have got a good couple of weeks after this match to rest up and get back to peak condition for the Brighton match. Here's Rodrigo with a chance for Man City, and that's 2-1. That was just us half asleep there. That was really, really disappointing. And Rodrigo scores, makes it 2-1. Yeah, really disappointing there, because that's given Manchester City a lifeline in the second half, and very early in it as well. Here's Chamadeu, gets it to Patterson. Now Badoui. Chamadeu again. Here's Badoui. Badui on the ball. Finds Marikal. Marikal, no. Oh my God. What on earth is happening here? Haaland with the chance. That was nearly the moment. I think we're going to have to change things up here. Marikal's going to come off. We're going to put on Masudi in central defence. We don't often do that. Chamadeu's going to come off as... no, he's not. He's playing an 8.3. We can't really bring him off, I would suggest. Patterson's going to come off for Mazilu, though. Give us a little bit of fresh legs on that right-hand side. But, yeah, we're bringing in Masudi. Because Alexander's having a great game at left-back, there's no reason to not play Masudi at centre-back. Chamadeu is tired. I think Brody Hughes is going to be a good option to put on there, but I don't want to do it just yet. Going to give it another 5, 6, 7 minutes here. Because we're going to remember, if Man City score, then we've got extra time to contend with. Here's Alexander into the middle. Oh, it's a chance, and Mora puts it away. Lovely header from Mazilu to set up Mora, and that is definitely the time now to bring on some players with a little bit more energy. We're going to put on Prashado for Morel, and the team's looking a little bit fresher now. And it's 3-1, and we're looking like we're going to get through to the FA Cup semi-final. Here's Brody Hughes. He whips it into the middle. Bontonali had a chance, but it is over the bar. And he could have had 4 goals today. That's how crazy it is. How much he's always involved on that left-hand side. And that's why I think it would be a real shame if we just had him as a striker. He's so exciting on that left-hand side. Here he is now, Bontonali. No, very poor pass. We've got an XG of 4, by the way, in this match, and we still might not come out with a victory, because here's Rodrigo, and oh, what a save. What a save from Alan Murphy there. Needed to be. It's a really, really good save, that. And he's come into his own very much as well, you know, some really big saves. He's still a fairly young goalkeeper, so he is going to develop over the years, and I really don't think we need to invest in that position ever again now. You know, I still think we need an absolute elite centre-back with a bit of experience in the summer, but I'm happy at right-back, happy at left-back. We've got good backup options in Alexander and Brody Hughes. I think this team is really, really coming together. I think a world-class defensive midfielder to go alongside Lewis Skelly, and the team is pretty much complete. But we have hammered Man City there. We played really, really well. Some good saves at the end to make sure that we got through. But 3-1, we're through at the semi-final of the FA Cup. We're playing. We're not playing Everton. We are playing Ipswich in the semi-final. Now, Ipswich are 14th in the Championship. They've had a decent run in the FA Cup. They've beaten... who did they beat? They beat Portsmouth, Man United in a replay. I mean, that's a very good result for them. Then Swansea away from home, and Derby County most recently. So they'll be up for it. They'll be bang up for it against us in the FA Cup. But I'm excited. That's going to be a good match, and hopefully we can come out on top in it. Let's see how we go on against Brighton. Okay, very happy with the team selection here. We are giving Husa a complete rest here because he's still pretty jaded. Will have had his international duty over the sort of break there. So we're going to give him a break completely from the squad. Hopefully he will be back to fighting fitness soon. But just a few changes. We've brought Masudi into the centre of defence. Lewis Skelly has come into the team as well, but everything else stays the same as the team that won against Manchester City. And that front four of ours, I think must just be so scary for oppositions, because any 4 of them could have an incredible game and score 3 or 4 goals. And that's what's been really good this season, is that even when 1 or 2 of them don't play well, the other 2 do play well, and when they all play well, then we win 5-6-7-0. So that's what's worked really well. Arsenal beat Man United earlier in the day, so that helps us out a little bit. Here's João Pedro into the middle, header up, and this could be a chance for Brighton. I think that's offside. Is that offside? No, not according to the assistant ref. Here's Palacios. Now Estupinian, who's still knocking about at Brighton all these years later. We did look in the summer of the possibility of him being our new left back. I'm glad we went with Masudi because he's so much younger. Is that onside? Apparently it is. João Pedro makes it 1-0. Well, I wasn't expecting that. It's fair to say, once the initial corner went, I didn't think that was going to be a goal, but it does go in and Brighton take the lead. 1-0. Remain in 6th position at the moment. It would be great if we could get a decent victory today just to sort of solidify our place in 6th or 7th. You know, we've already got Conference League football next year, but it would be great to be in the Europa League. Again, I think it's a tournament we'd have a chance in. But, and, you know, obviously the carrot at the end of that, if you win that competition, it's Champions League football, but I think it would be very tough on us in the league. There's a chance, and how has Gressman missed that one? We talked about Bontonali missing open goals like that last match. Gressman is having his turn today. Here's Lewis Skelly still pushing forward here. It's Gressman again. He's going to get a second chance, and he hits a post. Oh my word. Gressman is having the Bontonali game today. Lewis Skelly gets it to Mora. Oh, that's a horrible tackle. I think it's going to be end of highlight, though, and thank the Lord for that, is what Brighton are thinking there. But, wow, Gressman, 2 big misses in the space of a minute there. And it could be one of those days where at least 2 of them don't play well, and it's about making those replacements early enough to allow people to make a difference. Here's Alexander. It'd be nice to grab a goal just before half-time. Patterson into the middle. Gressman was coming in there, but didn't get there. Here's Morel, gets it into Chamadeu. This is a great chance. Chamadeu into the middle, and there goes Ekadi Mora, who was just waiting in the 6-yard box, and he's not going to miss from there. And he equalises for us. It's 1-1 now. And he's really coming in to his own, is Mora. And I think he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with for years to come. And once again, those low crosses just causing chaos from Chamadeu. And how many times have we said it about him over the years? And he's taken over the mantle from John Lafudu beautifully. I know Cody Dramer had a decent year and a half with us in the Championship, but then when Chamadeu came in as his replacement for £500,000, by the way, from Portsmouth, he has just had that spirit of John Lafudu in that attacking right back role. Here's Patterson. He whips it all the way towards Bontonali. Bontonali on the ball. Alexander into the middle. And there's Gressman. And he needs to come off because he is not playing well. And I don't know if he can turn it around the way Bontonali does sometimes. It might be Bontonali's going to come off as well. Let's have a little think about this. We'll just give them a bit of encouragement. And then we'll look at the tactics. So, Gressman has to come off. I'm going to put Patterson on the right, I think. Gonzaga in the middle. And we'll keep Bontonali on for now. But Mazilu can come on for him. Anybody else having a poor game? Alan Murphy's not playing well, but that's kind of okay. I trust him more than James Trafford, I think. Help us see this game out if we do get in front. But we've got an XG of 3. Again, I mean, this XG is ridiculous. We are creating some really good chances because of the likes of Alexander and Chamadeu attacking down the wing. It's really working nicely. But we're just not putting it in the back of the net at the moment. And here's Mella. Mella on the ball for Brighton. Gets it into Sarmiento. Oh, what a save from Murphy. Needed to be a good save. I think now's the time to bring Bontonali off. I'm actually going to put Andres Gonzalez on instead. It's not a change I make too often. Mazilu's my preferred, but we're going to give Gonzalez a chance. But here's Bontonali. Oh, no, it's not his day today, is it? That looks like a very tired Bontonali. Here's Sarmiento. Ho, another good save from Murphy, and he is furious with his defence. Look at him, he's getting into it. Jordan Pickford style there. Here's Alexander, gets it to Gonzaga. Now Alexander again. Gonzaga with a chance. Oh, nearly curled it into the top right corner. Just couldn't quite keep it down. That's a shame. Okay, still pushing forward then. Good tackle from Alexander, who I think has benefited from not playing week in, week out this year. He's been really good. And Marikal actually having a good game. Here's Chamadeu. Oh, it's a poor pass from him. Junior Chamadeu. Here's Mella. And here's João Pedro. Oh, Brighton win it. Unless we can get back into the game. That is a huge, huge moment. And João Pedro has scored. Oh, we're going to berate the boys now. How annoying. I'm actually going to bring on Asante up top. Is there anything else we can do? Change this game. Patterson off, Mazilu on. Badui for Morel. Let's try that. We got 10 minutes to go here. This would be a really annoying defeat. Here's Mazilu with the corner kick. Who can he find in the middle? It's into the middle. It's headed away. Mazilu gets it back. Oh, it's in. And Michael Asante scored the one we've just brought on. And how many times has he done that this season? He just pops up off the bench and manages to stick it into the back of the net. And it was just a bit of a crazy corner. Came back to Mazilu. He got it into Michael Asante. It took a huge deflection. But Asante scores, makes it 2-2. And that could be a huge point come the end of the season. Here's Gonzalez on the left-hand side, the man we brought on to replace Bontonali. Here's Badui, the other substitute. Here's Chamadeu now. Chamadeu into the middle. Oh, it was nearly Mazilu. Oh, that was close. Wow. I thought it was perfection. Not quite. Here's Asante with the corner kick. There's plenty of claret and blue shirts in the middle. It is headed away. Here's Mazilu again. End of highlight. Oh my God, another corner. Asante into the middle. It's a penalty, Jeff. It's a penalty, Jeff, everybody. Right. Who is going to take this penalty? I think we need to have a look at this. Who is going to take this penalty? Mora's not on the pitch. It's going to be Mazilu, I think, who's settling into the match well. Or Alexander. I'm happy with either of those taking it. Come on. It's got to be a penalty, Jeff. It's got to be a penalty, Jeff. Here comes the referee. He's had a look. It's a penalty, Jeff, everybody. Right. Mazilu. He's just missed from about 10 yards. Can he now score from 12? Mazilu, the man we brought in to settle down Nigubo, has been a brilliant player this season, misses the penalty. Damn it. Oh, it felt like that was a big moment. How annoying. Here's Asante now with the corner. It's another couple of dropped points here. You would say we've been by far the better team. I dread to see our XG 4.67 and somehow we're not going to win this. How frustrating. Full time, 2-2. Never mind. Never mind. If we'd kept Moura on the pitch, I think we win that game because he scores from the penalty spot. But Asante did get the equaliser in the end, so it's one of those tough situations. But yeah, we should have won against Aston Villa, should have won against Brighton. That's an extra 4 points. We could have been in the race for Champions League qualification this season, but I just think a little bit of inexperience in certain situations is what's costing us right now. Let's have a little look then at when we might come back. Just sort of go through all of that. That seems fine. Hassan actually has a good game for once for Dusseldorf. I don't think we're going to be getting our £79 million future fee from Dusseldorf, I've got to say. Surely they're not going to spend that much money on him, but who knows? They might go and do it. Be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Let's have a look at when we're going to come back then, because we've got the FA Cup semi-final against Ipswich, but in terms of the league, there's not much really going to happen from now until the end of the year. So I think I'm going to assume we're going to win the match against Ipswich and get through to the FA Cup final. If we do, then tomorrow's episode will be Leeds United season finale in the Premier League and the FA Cup final, of course. If we lose the match against Ipswich, then we'll do Newcastle and Leeds United in the next episode, and hopefully it'll all be all right. It's one of those where I don't know how it's going to go over the next few matches. If we win everything, we might have an outside chance of Champions League qualification, so we'll definitely come back for that. But we're very safe from relegation. We're not going to win the title, so there's not a lot really to play for from now until the end of the year, unless things go our way, and obviously we will be back sooner if those things do indeed happen. But if you have enjoyed that, give it a massive thumbs up down below, subscribe for daily Football Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.